Good morning, afternoon or evening. In this video I'm doing a 1v1 with Marmalaada. This is prior to the most recent Poland nerfs, so it's a little bit different, but it's quite an interesting match with quite a long defense at the end. Not really, I don't think I was close to winning, but it was quite fun, so I hope you enjoy. See, here's the first combat, just going to the Bronze Age, and his Slinger army comes into my base. I run away with my workers while getting my own Slinger army, and I'm not too worried, but I do decide to go the wrong way here with my workers, of course. My workers go this way, and for some reason I decide to get them to go back into the Slinger army, and I lose a few Bronze Age workers here. But it's not too big of an issue, just a small setback. So you can see I'm also trying to wall myself up using my house wall and that iron, and I'm just kind of locking myself away in this corner because I know that the meta is setbacks and cannons for West Asia right now. So I'm a bit scared of that, that's why I'm walling up, because I know setbacks can't really get through walls. But when the cannons do get here, I'm going to be a bit more careful. And of course, one tree is holding in about 6 or 7 slingers there. Just a wall selection. And as you can see here, his first attack of Asian Horsemen's here. And I try to pick off some of the weak ones with my towers, but they've just got too much health, and my towers are just missing all their shots. So I don't actually manage to kill even one, unfortunately. But as you could see at the start there, I was also building up my wall on the right side, using the wood lines and cliffs, but at the same time, like I said before, locking myself in. I probably should have been tower pushing more. You can see his base there. He's got some stables behind his temple, and also in this corner like me. And I'm trying to get my wall finished here before the horsemen find their way back in through this way. I'm not sure why they're taking so long to get over this way, but it's the last few wall pieces now. I'm upgrading my slingers into archers as well. I've got all the upgrades for the archers. And I'm almost Iron Age as well. And here come the horsemen. Seconds. If they came seconds before, they would have been able to get in, but I was very lucky with the fact that my workers could block the hole in the wall. And here I'm almost in the medieval age, and I'm pushing out a little bit because he decided to also push with a tower. I kill a few workers here, not anything significant. Definitely not anything significant, but there's a few there. And I'm also tower pushing myself, but he also has an army, so I think the first setbacks get in here as well, if I'm correct. But I do fall back out of the range of his tower, because the tower does do quite a lot of damage, the West Asia towers. You can see I'm just ignoring the horsemen mostly, because I know they can't do anything, they'll just take shots. So I start upgrading all my economy and so on, getting myself into medieval. So here's the first setbacks and Mamelukes. My archer army is absolutely devastated here, but luckily because I'm Eastern Europe, archers cost almost nothing. So really this isn't too big of a loss, it's just some resources. But even with the setbacks and Mamelukes, he still can't get into my base. I was trying to make some catapults to try and get the control of the middle section of the map, but that didn't work out. So, here I'm using my favourite cavalry unit in the game, with a close second being Uhlans, but Cossacks. I think they're the fastest land unit in the game, at I think 130 speed. But I'm just scouting the map out, mostly to see what resources I can get later on, as I will run out in my little corner down here. But with 12 Cossacks I can definitely do a lot of economy raiding. And what I'd like to do with Cossacks is try and engage the enemy with an army somewhere else and then sneak Cossacks around. But I'm playing defensive and his army isn't near mine, so I just didn't bother with that. But I am sneaking into the left side of his base, and I'm trying to go for anywhere with a warehouse next to it, like these wood lines here. I think he's seen me and he's upgrading his towers. But there's a few workers here. I kill these few workers, it's only a few, but... Oh no, I don't kill them, instead I go for the cannons, which is the better target. At 600 iron wasted there, luckily. And I can then go kill the workers. I'm still not sure if he knows about me or not. Because he did upgrade one tower, but he's not actually sent any units over. Well, now he has. But I take out this elephant house, and I just do hit and runs, so running around, destroying a building, killing some workers, and then moving. You can see I've still got all 12 of my Cossacks right now, and I've done a little bit of damage. I don't bother fighting his units, it's not really worth it, and instead I run straight into his economy, while I also go to Poland. I'm not sure how many workers I do kill here, but I'm definitely disrupting his economy a little bit, and slowing down any attacks he had ready for me. I do wish that you could set units to attack workers as priority, so that the Cossacks prioritize attacking workers instead of, you know, the cavalry here. But the setbacks can't keep up, the Oglans don't do enough damage, and it's only the arquebusiers that are really an issue, as they can shoot me from far away, of course. There's a few workers, but he's got towers around and about, so I managed to pick off one or two around and about. And still I've got 9 Cossacks left. Here I'm trying to get inside of his iron node, but it didn't quite work out. And I go in, kill a few more workers, and just disrupt his economy, as you can see. Then I go back and micro my own economy. Let's see a few more dead workers before you can hide in the towers again, and I destroy some forges. Here's my same Cossacks, sent in a little bit later, I think, or is this, no, this is my second batch of Cossacks, sorry. Sent in a little bit later, picks off a few IR workers. I do like how he doesn't delete his warehouses. It definitely makes my cavalry very effective, because they slip in and out of the warehouses while the setbacks don't, I think, are a bit larger, so they might not fit properly, but pick off a few workers here and there. I think this is what Cossacks are quite good at, because staying in combat for a long time is not good with Cossacks. You should always try move around, hit and runs. Like here, I try to get rid of these cannons, but I don't think I even kill one. Maybe this one. It was not worth standing and fighting here. I should be doing what I'm going to do in a second, where I run to his wood line and let the cannons kill his workers. You can see there's a lot here, and he loses a few workers, like 5 or 6 workers to cannon fire, his own cannon fire, which is very nice. And I send in a few World War I bombers, so IR-1 bombers. Mostly to clear out his vision towers, as you can see. I send one on each tower to drop its bomb load of 4 bombs. He's not got any AA yet, and only the arquebusiers can fire at the air, so I'm not too worried. You can see my economy's doing okay, but I'm starting to run out of raw resources in my base, so I've pushed out on the left, set up a bit of a forward base to defend myself. And he's got an attack ship destroying my dock. Nothing major. We can see a bit of bug here. The arquebusiers are firing shots that leave cannon shells on the ground, but have the particle effect of AA. So it's a bit of a broken texture, I think. Quite strange. And here you can see I find this attack ship, which destroyed one of my docks and an airfield, and I just kill it off with some soldiers. And his major attack comes in, breaking through my wood line with cannons. He just destroyed that a little bit on the wood line, but I've got tankettes. Even if he has elephants, I've got soldiers and crossbowmen, so I'm okay here. I've also got some bombers for scouting, and taking out targets like the cannons, which are already retreating. I think as soon as they saw the tankettes, the cannons tried to pull out so they could shoot me from afar. You can also see I'm building a lot of towers on my forward base, as they deal really well with elephants, even elephant machine gunners. 3 or 4 towers quite easily take them out. Fortunately, a few shots get shot at my TKSs, but I do manage to take out most of his cannons with them. As you can see, quite effective attack, I think. I managed to take out a few of his cannons and push them back so that the rest of my army can easily defeat his in my base. But again, he's pinning me in this corner, and I'm struggling to be able to get out to get resources. But I do have plenty of food and iron, so I can just spam ranges, which I will do later. And I do keep making some TKSs. You can see I'm starting to move over to ranges because I don't have the wood. Ranges only cost iron and food, no wood. Very useful. They're not as good as soldiers, I don't think, but still very useful. Do a bit of tower pushing, and build some towers in my base to defend myself against more attacks like this. And one of my tankettes does get in, and takes out another couple of cannons on their way to the front line. That's about another 600 iron, I think, because each cannon is 300 iron. So just small setbacks like that, very useful for me. Here, another attack. I just closed my gate, but there's gaps, so it doesn't really matter. You can see most of my workers have died there, and I did send a few to try build a dock over here, but he found them, and they're really not going to do too well now. We've got 2 machine gun elephants firing at them and another one coming in, so I was going to make some battleships and maybe try take out a few of his buildings before he had enough resources, such as units, to get rid of them, but that plan failed as well. And here you can see the Tiger trucks, which are surprisingly good actually. You'll see the Tigers run in now, and they'll go for my infantry, my rangers. And these, you have to remember, these Tigers are free. The trucks you have to pay for though. You can see the Tigers actually do relatively well against my rangers, which do cost quite a lot of iron each, 100 iron each. See, about half my rangers died to those Tigers. Very strange. Never seen Tigers be that good. I think it's the upgrade that gives them the good power, so... I'm still struggling on wood because Marmalaada keeps destroying my wood eco, and I realise these Tigers are becoming too much of an issue. This is the 3rd or 4th attack with them, so I just try to use my tankettes to tank, while my rangers fire from far behind them. You can see more Tigers are coming in now. Like a lot more Tigers, and a load of elephants. But the Tigers can't really do anything. I think he was hoping that I'd have my machine gun towers take out the Tigers instead of the elephants, but I made sure to make sure all my towers are firing at elephants instead of, free Tigers that don't cost anything. And I don't think the Tigers actually take population either, so... I do start going to the Second Industrial Age, and I pick off a few elephants here and there. You can see the machine gun towers do quite well against them, but he does have mortars, so my towers aren't going to last very long. What I was hoping to do here was get Ulans, get the grenade upgrade, and then run into his base and destroy his houses, so that I could get myself some breathing room to make myself a wood economy, so I can get a load of TKDs and snipe him, but it doesn't work out too well, and he starts picking off my houses now. I've got no more raw resources in my base, and he has basically infinite units charging at my base now, and the defense of Warsaw against the Indian Tigers begins. You can see I pull back my pretty large army of rangers now. I think that's 66 rangers, with some TKSs. I killed most of his elephants with my machine gun towers, but he's got submachine gunners and trench mortars, which could do quite well against infantry. So some of my tankettes in. He also made armoured cars, because I can't deal with armoured cars right now. I don't have anything that will actually help me against that. But I do get rid of the cannons, which do the most damage to single entity like my tankettes. And I just let them kill off a few mortars while my rangers start dying to tigers, of course. Yeah, you can see he's got armoured cars, some machine gunners, and this doesn't really work out for me. I can only afford about 10 more rangers with my current economy. So I start making saboteurs, because I quite like saboteurs. When the enemy is attacking you, they are extremely effective at walking into enemy mortars and just dropping a bomb, because they can only be seen by vision towers, so if your enemy hasn't got vision over the front line from a vision tower, then they will not be able to attack them. I also try to make some amphibious tanks. They're basically T-34s, so hopefully I was hoping that Marmalaada would not be able to kill them with his trench mortars, but it's too late now. He's broken into my base and destroyed some of my houses, and cut off my wood. So now it's just a desperate defense, I think. My saboteurs are about to be done. That would be perfect. And I do make some motorcycles. Just trying some different things here. But his army is very varied. He's got loads of different types of units, so it's going to be quite hard. Lots of towers as well, so I can't snipe his town hall with the Ulans when he's not looking. As you can see, he just destroyed my entire army. And I do send my saboteurs in. You can see that they're not getting shot at because they don't have vision over this section they're in right now. But I even have the tigers destroying my units there. And I send my Ulans in, hoping that my grenade upgrade gets done by the time I'm there. Maybe do some damage, but it's just too late, I think. And there you go. As you can see, the saboteurs got inside the range of a vision tower, and they got instantly destroyed. Which is their biggest weakness. They are physically invisible to the enemy unless they're in a vision tower or some sort of tower defensive structure. But as soon as they're inside that, all the units will target them. So he's also making wheel tanks now, and I've only got 18 Ulans with no grenade upgrade. So my attack was quite futile there. Would have been perfect if I could literally just run up to his town hall and stand there just hold out for a minute and snipe him. But it was not meant to be, it seems. And As historically accurate, Poland gets defeated by the Indian army. Obviously happened quite often in history. And my town centre gets destroyed as I hunt down the last few little buildings in his base. So overall, quite a good match, but that's the end. So thank you everyone for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.